Alrighty, so we actually had the network gremlins appear out of nowhere, which is typically the case here at this airport. So yeah, that's the beauty when you do a live stream by yourself. You sometimes don't pay attention and you realize you're not even live streaming. So yeah, it sucks. My AT&T Nighthawk is a very, very terrible hotspot right now. Anyways, welcome back. And over there, it looks like we have one of our Canyon Blue liveries getting ready to take off. Hey, Maryland Rail Fanner. I think it's crazy how big the train spotting community is too. And what makes them a little bit different than the aviation community, I feel like they all kind of work together. I feel like the plane spotting community, people are just kind of like, I don't know, not personable. What up, Noah? You're dealing with my stupid internet issues. I didn't even set up the card. I usually set up my card, but I'm like, I decided I'd set up. You just coming in for work? Dang. Did you work overnight or? That's good, man. Yeah, good seeing you, man. How's work? Busy? That's good, man. Yeah, I came out here for a little bit. I have a shoot to do later, so I'm like, I have to be there at 2 o'clock. I'm like, I have an hour and a half to stream. Yeah, dude, I've been busy, man. Like, I keep kicking stuff. No, I get super busy, man. So it's like.
Hey, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, see you, buddy. See you, buddy. So Trevor is sitting by the E6 in the cargo bay. So we just saw Noah. Noah's a good freaking dude. Yeah, I apologize, guys. Usually I feel like my internet is a lot better, but like lately it's just kind of, to be honest, it's kind of sucked. So here we go. Let's watch this bad boy take off. Come on. Dang it. I'll be honest, sometimes I can bend pretty easily to get to these shots, and other times I'm just like, what am I doing? Look at all these boxes they got. Jesus. They're probably Amazon packages. Probably bringing me my camera gear. So you just moved. You were behind the Southwest plane. Let's see if we can see Trevor. So that is Sub-Zero Aviation, I believe. That is him inside the truck right there. Right next to the Delta 767. If that is you, flash your lights. I see you. And then right over here, we do have the One World livery, Boeing 737 going over the bridge, operated by Alaska Airlines. As you can see, it's getting super busy here right now. And we have a Volaris that's over there too. And on the other side of the runway, we can actually see the Air Canada Rogue, or Rouge, pushing out. That is one of our international carriers here at Sky Harbor. We have Air Canada, British Airways, and we sometimes get Concorde, or Condor. I always miss that name, Concorde, Condor. So welcome everybody, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. Kind of having some issues with this live stream stuff, so I haven't been on consistently in a while, so just sometimes you deal with issues when you don't go live quite often. I keep coughing, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. So the Air Canada totally went off frame. So let's go back to the regular action at Sky Harbor. We have our little CRJ departing. So tomorrow I'm going to attempt something really crazy. I haven't done this in like almost 4 years, but I'm going to be a photographer and a videographer for an event at the same time. That's going to kind of be a very difficult thing for me to accomplish. I've done it before and I've done good stuff on both, but that means I have to be on my A game. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to get into the A game, so. And we can watch some of the ground-based action as I get a drink of water. These boxes going into the Southwest Airlines flight. Howdy, Erica and Howard. So we're starting to kind of get more action here. It sucks that the stream cut out. That's life, I believe. So a lot of regional jets taking off at this time. So we typically are pretty well stacked with these regional jets. So up next on departure is the CRJ 700 headed to Sacramento. My Sacramento Kings are doing pretty well, man. I am very excited. They're actually succeeding. Also, I heard that Delta Airlines recently just purchased a bunch of Boeing 737-900s that are going to go into service. That's always interesting. I think they're trying to grow their fleet. Also, we are going to be having another meetup on December 17th, so I look forward to seeing all you there. It's always fun meeting fellow plane spotters and sharing our passion for aviation. So, if you guys get an opportunity to come, I look forward to seeing you guys there. Our hard-working ground crew here. I did limit our chat to subscribers only because we've been getting a lot of spam lately, the last couple of streams I've been on. So I'm just making sure that we no longer get that stuff. So this is the beauty of at Sky Harbor, you get these types of shots. Like, I don't think at any other airports you would be able to get like these beautiful vantage points. Might be wrong. We are waiting for him to depart. Start taxiing. And on the other side, we actually see the ground crew. UPS truck or United Postal Service truck. Okay, cool. Ah, I just hit my head. Think about how fragile we are as human beings. A lot of people will hit their head and then, boop, that's it, RIP. I always tell people when you go biking and stuff, wear a helmet because your head is your most important thing. We haven't seen UAL on the channel in a while. Hopefully he's okay. I'm pretty good at keeping everybody's names, like, and seeing who's on, but like when I don't see some of our regulars, I kind of get worried, making sure like everyone's okay, because I know life is short and yeah. And let's watch this Southwest Airlines depart. Our Canyon Blue plane departing. And we have our Alaska Air One World livery up next. I'm terrible at telling you where they're going, but that's what flight radar is for. It's crazy to think this year is almost over, guys. But remember, you still have like 29 days to make it a good one. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, I have my New Year's resolution, but like at the same time, you can still change a lot before the whole New Year's. We haven't seen UAL Aviation. Look down at D5. Where is D5? So that is Trevor right over there. Our operations people down there. So we see him down there. So that is Sub-Zero Aviation right there. Disappearing off camera, that's him. And here we have a United Airlines Boeing 737. That is a heavy boy right there. And let's watch this Southwest taxi through. All right. I don't know how much longer my stomach is going to hold up, but I may have to take a restroom break. Catch my drift. I'm lactose intolerant. Well, actually, I started fasting because I'm Eastern Orthodox, so we have our big fast for our Orthodox Christmas, and as a result, I may be able to fill up one of these bad boys right here. The poop truck. Alright guys, we have our Air Canada Rogue or Rouge. Lining up next. Aviation's a pretty freaking cool and fascinating invention we've had as humans. If you think about it, the whole planet has gotten so much smaller because of it. You could be on one neck of the world and then within 6 hours be in a totally different part of it. Our fourth one, so if you guys live in Phoenix, Arizona, it'd be a pleasure to have you come out and just meet some of us. It's always a good time. Perfect. He closed his doors. I like getting those shots. I like getting the whole process of the takeoff, to be honest, where you can get the shots. And looks like we have a Delta A321 and a Southwest right here. A lot of American Airlines. I'm good, and my stomach is just, yeah, sometimes it acts up. And we are starting to see the internet act like a total jerk again. But we got this. I'm not too worried anymore, to be honest. Okay, up next we have our Boeing 737 American Airlines 1835 head to San Francisco. So let's see this bad boy take off. For some weird reason, my camera decided to say, yeah, Slav, you're not going to be streaming to people. But anyways, like I said, my goal today was to stream for like an hour. So we'll do my best. I know I'm kind of rusty because I haven't been on here in a while, so please be patient with my stupidity for today. So, but anyways, guys, I may call it a show. I do not kind of feel good, so tune in later. Maybe I'll be back later. So see you guys. We're dealing with some issues with the internet. I don't know what is going on here. So if anything, we'll try and do it. Oh my God, what is that? Oh, that's a regular plane. That's a KC. I'm like, I look bigger in person. Well, let's see how long this goes. Like I said, I typically like to have a production card on here so I can pay attention. But currently my car is actually sitting, my computer is sitting in my car. Beautiful landing by the Copperhead. You guys can tell I'm kind of hungry too. I haven't been it's honestly, this side of the airport is actually really bad, so stuff like this happens all the time, so yeah, it sucks. There's like bad buffering. There's dead zones on the internet here, so I know what you mean, Bruce. But yeah, that is our Copperhead that just landed. Plane's like 60 years old and still looks freaking good. It's a derivative of the Boeing 707. And this is the best sound in the world. The jet bridge moving. That means somebody's going on an adventure. So let's see, maybe let's go for another 15 minutes. So let's watch the ground crew work. And looks like we have another Dreamliner coming from Philadelphia. That plane should be landing on the north side. I should be able to actually catch it as it lands. Let's take a look, friends. Come on, push out, dude. So we are waiting pushback for this flight. Dude, I hate this tripod so much times. Look at him working. I just like when they like twist the plane around. That is like pretty freaking epic, not gonna lie. But see, these are the types of shots you can only get at Sky Harbor. By getting the ground crew, you can actually see the crew inside the plane. Like, what more can you ask for, to be honest? Look at him work, man. That is freaking cool. So he's probably removing a pin. And then I think they have to go up in the front and tell the pilots, hey, bro, we removed all that stuff, bro. And then he's like, sweet. We are actually thinking of doing a fun show soon. My buddy Josh and I are going to go and film at a different airport, and we're going to rate some landings. And there's our Canyon Blue. Canyon Blue in all of its glory. Don't worry about it. Maybe. Sorry guys, I had to pick up a phone call. That is a JetBlue. Usually we get them like as red-eye flights, and they come in the afternoon. It's kind of rare to see them this early for me. But like I say, my channel, I like to call it Controlled Chaos. It can be chaotic, but it can be fun. When everything goes right, we have good shows. But the problem is, like I would say like 70% of the times, something chaotic happens. And as a result, I'm either doing some type of technical stuff or screaming at people. I've gone to Luke Air Force Base a few times, but you really don't get that much service there. You don't get that much action. Just depends on which days you go. And then also it might kind of be an issue with them. Tom, yes, they've actually been re-engined, so yeah. I forgot I'm fasting and I want the burger really badly, but I can't have a burger, so I'm like, dang it. That's okay. Just as I was talking about how stuff goes wrong, stuff goes wrong. So let's take a look at how my internet is working. Stupid internet. So as I launch speed test, let's see the speed. And if anything, we may just switch over to the north side. Oh man, so annoying. So we are getting about 39 megabytes per second of download speed. And then the important is the upload speed. Upload speed is at 11, so we should still be golden. So apparently you guys got a really decent different color thing. I'm so annoyed by this thing, to be honest. Let's take a look where that Dreamliner is. So it looks like our next plane to land on the north side is a Dreamliner coming in from Philadelphia. And of course, being Sky Harbor, we have the stupidest thing ever in front of us. That is actually a Breeze Airlines Airbus A220 coming in. And on the other side, I know we like the Airbus, but something about this is going to be much better. And there's our Breeze Airlines. I think this was founded by the gentleman that actually started JetBlue. Or it could be an Embraer. Probably it's an Embraer. I know they usually operate the A220, whatever it is. I think it's like an Embraer 195, that's what they operate. And they have some A220s and stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not feeling it today, dudes. Usually I'm a lot better than this. That is a 737 MAX. I like that Americans been kind of sending these MAXes back. It makes it a lot more fun seeing them here. the valley. Yeah, it's just been one of those days. I really don't feel like filming anything. I may go get my drone ready. I'm gonna go fly the drone. I think our next plane that's coming for... So the next plane that's coming in is a plane from Santa Ana. It's a Boeing 737-800. Looks like he's actually gonna be landing on the south side. And looking on my flight radar, that 777 is actually not moving at all. If you guys see with flight radar at Phoenix. Yeah, one thing for me is I have to be in the mood to stream, and when I'm not in the mood, you guys can actually tell that I have very low energy. And when I have full energy, then I'm like my goofy self. I do push-ups, but sweet. I like watching when they close the doors because I think that looks a lot better. And there's that plane I was telling you from Santa Ana. But I just like when they close the doors. Like I feel like you get a complete cycle of the takeoff. I'm not on a tower. So Adam White, the United terminal is over there. So that is Terminal 3. So you can actually see all of the Uniteds. So you have the Evil Blues, or some people call them the Evil Blues, and then you have the traditional United livery, which is like the old Continental style. So you can actually see all the United flights. That's actually the fullest I've kind of seen their gates. Technically, the garage is kind of a tower, if you think about it. And here we have our Southwest Airlines flight pushing out, and we have our big Boeing 767 that's going to be leaving. Also, the Alpha Predator is on the prowl. The famous poop truck is going to go get some more of those flavors from the different cars. Also, if you guys are looking for a decent camera, thanks, IDG dude. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hopefully everything's well, dude. It's good to see you back, my friend. Yep, Evil Blue, that's what we call it. Look how clean that wing is. Jesus. That plane is shiny. Look at that. Oh, you could eat bagels off that bad boy. And then over there we do have our 767. Getting ready to depart. That plane's actually Delta 1065 headed to Atlanta. The 767s are cool planes. That is the 300 variant of it. The extended range, it's 27 years old. It was built in 1995. That's when I was living in Yugoslavia. Dude, I feel you, man. I've just been super busy, and then a lot of people have been messaging me asking when I'm gonna go live. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I like being live, but at the same time, I like being able to pay my bills. So if something's gonna pay me money, that's my number one priority. And here comes our Jet Suites X, or JSX as it's known, coming in for a landing. The plane with the red stripe. You can fly private for a quarter of the price. I think that's what they used to say. And over there is the Breeze Airlines Embraer. I think they're doing like a test flight or something. Dude, take care of yourself. That's what I tell people. Put all your money in one basket and just keep making as much as you can. Like, dude, trust me, you're not the only one, man. I am feels like the harder you work nowadays, the less you have, which like literally makes no freaking sense. Like, this inflation is really killing everything. Like, it's killing my vibe too. Number one thing I tell people, make a list of stuff you want and then like budgetize, like wants and needs. If you need it, then get it. But if you don't, if it's something like a luxury, cut out some of the luxury stuff. Yeah, it's good to have a job nowadays. If you keep busy, it's all that matters, man. It's making that money is key. It's vital for you. People also don't know like how like this whole streaming stuff takes time, effort, and money, and then they get mad when I don't get on because one, like every time I come on, it like costs me like between $18 to $24 to park here. So then eventually, if you think about it, you do it 10 times, you're spending like $240 or $180. And then YouTube pays you out maybe like $5 for 1,000 views. So at the end of the day, it's like, you're breaking even, and it is not worth it. And I'll be honest, it's kind of, oh wow, they're removing the tail thing. Look, we're actually adding the tail thing. And after a while, it kind of wears you out. When something becomes more of like a nuisance, then you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. And the poop truck is officially coming to the frame. They're all waiting. Yeah, I went to Quick Trip the other day. I don't know if you guys have Quick Trips, but they're like more of a convenience store. And dude, I bought like a burrito and I bought a couple of drinks. It was like $28. Like, dude, what the hell? Like, $28 for all that stuff? Like, bro. Poop truck is coming in to relieve the flavors. And we have our big 767 taxiing. This is like a channel on ADD, but then we have a Southwest coming in for a landing. Oh wow, that's neat. So on the other runway, we have Alaska Airlines honoring those who serve livery that just landed. I really like that plane. I really like the special touch to it, how they have the American flag on the winglets. Rail fans, sometimes the rent increase, don't get me started on that. Sometimes I'll play ATC, but I'm not playing it this time, my friend. That means I have to set up an entire new thing here. But no, check it out. This is the plane I was telling you guys about. That's the beauty of this spot, with the exception of that stupid thing. We can actually see the honoring those who serve livery. But I like the winglets that have the American flag on it. There's our United, and right after that we have a Sun Country Airlines coming through. Kind of reminds me of Southwest delivery. And then we have another United, so that was like a 3-shot special. I like Russian food, to be honest. I'm Eastern European, so it's a pretty similar thing, like lots of meats and stuff, like borscht and all that. In case you guys haven't been paying attention, Russia is going to be mounting a pretty serious offensive. One of their air bases is full of heavy bombers, and this entire war is a pretty big war of propaganda. Like, you really aren't getting the full story of what's going on over there, and we the American people are being robbed, and the real victims of the whole conflict have been the Ukrainian people, because we're just basically selling them off for slaughter. So enough politics, back to aviation. Also, is anybody going to the Air Ventures in Wisconsin? Come on, dude, take off. Wow, what a late takeoff by this 737. Must have been making a TikTok or something. I can't even focus anymore. I'm like all over the place right now, dudes. Okay, dokie. Let's take a look at the 767. I'm gonna take a break and wait for the 767 to get on. Yeah, it's bad propaganda if you think about it. Just all the stuff that's going on. Like, if you look at everything, a lot of the info you're getting from there is coming from Ukrainska Pravda, which is an intelligence agency. It'd be like trusting the CIA to tell you something, and it's like, it's sad, man. It's all that stuff could have been avoided. Yeah, literally, that guy, dude, he used every inch of the runway. That is wild. Here comes the 767 that's departing for Atlanta. I love that plane. It's such a freaking fascinating machine. It's going to become it's kind of like the workhorse for, it's the workhorse for Boeing nowadays. I think a lot of their charters, yeah, it's crazy. Remember, like in the beginning of the conflict, their clown of a president was like on every news, like, dude, shut up, focus on our country, man. We have enough problems in the US. Like, I understand, like, my personal take, if you can take all of our tax money and keep sending it overseas, maybe you're stealing way too much money from the American people. So, oh, we almost got a takeoff and landing. Oh, we did actually, look at that. Like I say, I think we should have like a tax system where we can volunteer where our money goes to. Like, it can go education, first responders, military, this and that. I would honestly give all my money for aviation. I would love to see if we could actually make like another leap in aviation, like maybe faster speeds and stuff. There's our firefighters over there. You think about it, we went into the 50s with like propeller driven planes, then we had the Comet. Honestly, it's crazy, dude, just thinking about it, like how we're just doing all this. We as humans are very violent. We have if you think about it, like, we are on a small rock going through space and we are treating it like crud. we have no backup planet. We should probably start maybe considering like changing our ways. Like you think about it, like the media is primarily trying to divide all of us, if you think about it. But like, talk to your neighbors. If you think about it, all of us want the same thing, which is we just want to have a good family life. We want to have a peaceful thing. Like, I don't care your religion, your race, your sexual preference. As long as you are a good person and you're a decent human being, I will respect you no matter what. That has always been my philosophy that I've been taught about, and I think that should be everybody's philosophy. Unless you're a Cowboys fan. If you're a Cowboys fan, then I cannot respect you at all. A lot of tails. CIA is an oxymoron. Yep. If you think about it, we have that show American Dad, and it's kind of hilarious. They are giving you an insight of what we do, and we've kind of lived to make jokes about it. Also, Banana Plane is on the taxiway. Also, if you guys ever donated in charities, just talk to your local cultural centers instead of giving it to like big charities. Like, every location probably has like different centers you can donate to. I don't know why I got political on here, sorry. I just want to watch aviation. I believe that's a 737 MAX operated by the United. Or probably not, I could be wrong. I am so rusty with this tripod. I'm so sorry, guys. You know I'm usually a lot better with this thing, but today has kind of been like, I haven't felt myself because of all the busyness. Yeah, I work in media, and if you think about it, like, all of our music and everything is just meant to like push us to think a certain way. Like, my advice is just read books and stuff. If you read books, read history. Like, typically when I get my news, I read from multiple sources, and then you can kind of like figure, well, they're saying the same thing here, this is too crazy here, and then eventually you're like, okay, this works, and you can kind of put your own story to it. Yeah, if you honestly, the number one thing that I tell people is, like, you know, when you go to the store and they're like, would you like to donate to this? Well, technically, I think those companies will actually get the tech breaks. Figure out those companies and then go, like, what I like to do when I have extra clothing and stuff, there's actually a center for refugees, and I will take like clothing and stuff over there, because my family came as refugees and we were given a second chance and a life in America, and we got a lot of our clothes and stuff through donations. So do research in your cities. Like, instead of going to Goodwill, find charities that actually donate the stuff to refugee families. You can actually volunteer and go and set up their apartments. It's pretty neat. That is just my push for you guys to do some research on charities. Figure out what works for you, whatever you're passionate about, and then donate. Help be a good human. Like, the whole, the last narrative we've had in this country, like with the whole COVID-19 vaccine and stuff, like, I'm vaccinated, it is what it is, I had to do it for work. But then now all of the stuff that ended up coming out is just, like, I don't think this is what we should have done. If you want to get vaccinated, you either get the vaccine or not, and then that is your choice. I just hated the fact that everybody was going crazy about it. Like, just deal with it, man. I had to do it for work, I did it for work. And then my work no longer required it to be a mandatory thing, so it is what it is. Look at that 737. I was actually pretty bummed out because I went to Seattle I went to the Museum of Flight, and then I went to the Future of Flight just because I wanted to get a tour of the Boeing plant. But I guess they were extremely strict on who could go in, so I never got my tour of the Boeing plant. It was a cool experience. Like, the Future of Flight is really awesome, and you could see all the future possibilities of stuff that could be going on with aviation. But the Museum of Flight in Seattle was absolutely freaking amazing being there. Seeing all the history they have the first Boeing 747 ever built, the city of Everett. That thing was cool going in there. You could see all like the test stuff they had. Woo! I love that airplace. So if you guys are football fans, who do you think is going to actually end up winning the Super Bowl this year? I think it's wide open for anybody. Sucks, I don't see anything large coming in. We do have I just got an alert that an A340 took off. Apparently I set alerts on my jet tip, or not jet tip, on my flight radar whenever the high fly Malta plane takes off. Welcome to politics and plane spotting with Slavin. Nah, like I tell people, be good people. That's all I care about. Yeah, kind of slow today, guys. So we have a collection of these tails. 737 over there. Yeah, I ended up getting, I got COVID 3 times. Like, the first time I literally thought I was going to die, and I'm pretty healthy, but I caught it like in February of the year before they actually knew that it was COVID. And I'll be honest, I literally wanted to put myself out of my misery. Like, my eyes, there was so much pressure in my eyes, and my muscles were hurting. And then the next few times, it was like, it is what it is. The third time I caught it, I literally just lost taste. Okay, let's watch a landing since nothing is moving. I do miss the times when you catch COVID and you get like 2 weeks paid vacation. I think like we got sidetracked on this channel. I broke my own rule of no politics and stupidity, and then I just went on a whole rant. Like, it's wild. I know you guys might be from different countries, but like whenever I go back home to Serbia and we come back, it is so crazy how much different the food is here too. Like, the food they feed you in the US is sometimes not the best food, and it's full of like random chemicals and stuff, and you just get super bloated. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. So remember, guys, welcome to our channel, welcome to our community. Click the like button and subscribe, that does help me out. quite a bit. I know I haven't been as active as lately because I've just been busy with life. So we are looking at a plane that's going to be headed to Sacramento. I just hit my head and I was about to cuss. But I remembered I'm live and your kids could be watching. And this is kind of the lull at the airport. We're kind of in the midst where all the flights that took off have taken off, and now we're waiting for the gates to come back. Honestly, I feel like a lot of our food has a lot of random, like, it's just a lot larger. Like if you look at chickens back home, like you want chicken, you go back there and you basically take it out in the backyard, as I like to say. Oh man. I think that is a Southern Air little plane that came in. I like my grass-fed stuff. My buddy Trevor actually gave me a bunch of steaks and stuff a few years ago. That was actually pretty good. He has a farm out in Buckeye, Arizona. And the steaks and everything, the brisket was pretty decent. That is our Neo. And this plane is off to Sacramento, I believe. Good stuff. Oh man. Not gonna lie guys, I'm kind of getting hungry right now. This fast is not doing so well. So welcome everybody, welcome to our little community. I don't know guys, I actually may be calling it a show because I gotta go get some stuff done with. So I promise I'll get better. It's just been, I kind of haven't been feeling it. I decided I would come out here for a little bit, see what you guys were doing, give you a little bit of time. And now as a result, I'm gonna go back to work. So anyways guys, thank you for tuning in for the last hour, hour and a half. Really appreciate you guys. Tell your loved ones you love them. Don't go to bed angry. And like I always tell you guys, be good humans, and tune in next time when we go. Maybe we'll go live later. So So let me double check. Maybe that 777 is going to be coming in from London. Maybe we can end it on the 777. Nope. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. I don't know if I'll be live at all this weekend. If I am, follow the channel. That's the easiest way to get info, and click the notification. And if anything, I think December 15th is when all my craziness finally dies down. I may be back more regularly after that, but the meanwhile, just trying to keep my head above water. So there's our collection of Terminal 3 buddies, roommates.